What's up everybody, it's Gary from Killer Off-Road Hobbies back with another video. Now the Can-Am's dirty, everything's a mess. I've been working on this thing a lot, so that might be on the channel soon, but today we're going to focus on another product from StarKnightMT, and this is going to be the noise reduction kit for the belt ventilation on a Maverick X3. This works on the Max and just the normal one, so like the two-seater. So what we're gonna do is basically block the cab side and have the ventilation come in from the back. And not only will that reduce the noise inside your cab, but I believe it's going to be better for the belt because a lot of dust tends to swirl in this back seat area, especially if you don't have like a back window and you have a full windshield and all that stuff. So I think you will get a lot more dust having it the normal way. So I think it's going to actually help reduce the amount of dust that's going to get to your belt, along with reduce the noise inside the cab for those of you who want a quiet ride. Now I've got a straight pipe on this thing, so but I'm interested to see if it gets rid of that like belt noise and kind of like the airflow noise inside the cab. That's going to be interesting. So let's go ahead and pop this box open. Piece of foam, we're going to go ahead and not throw the foam away because this is actually part of the kit. This is part of what is going to block the intake coming from the cab area. And then we've got a blocker plate right here that is actually made of metal or aluminum, it feels like, because it's so light. So that's pretty cool. And then we've got our instructions, don't forget about those. We got our hardware, nice. And then we will have our new grade for our new intake area, which is going to be right here. So you can actually just pull this off and work on it outside of the rig. So let me get all situated and then we'll jump right back. I got my marks scribed here. What I did was I took this in the house, I flipped it upside down because you want this rib right here to go towards the inside. So what I did was I went inside and I took a crayon and I basically just kind of scribed it on the outside of that lip, and then I came out here and I used a paint pen to transfer it onto here. So now I'm going to make some holes in it and I'm going to cut it out. So I'm going to make some holes and then I'm going to use 10 steps and I'll do it on the inside of the line and then I'll clean it up if necessary. But you want to do, you know, holes in the corners. So pretty much like that, holes in the corners, makes it easy to do the straight shots, right? And then I'm gonna cut this out real quick and show you what it looks like. Okay, so there's my rough cut. I'm going to check to see if it fits, and I will make adjustments if necessary. So I did cut it a little small. It's better to cut it too small than too big. So looks like I've got to do some minor adjustments, but all in all, I'll get this all cleaned up, get this fitting correctly, and we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so now that we've got our hole cut correctly, we're going to go ahead and take our self-tapping screws and go ahead and get this thing put on permanently. Okay, so once our screen's in and all our screws are in there, we're gonna flip it over, take these little rubber caps they provide, just go ahead and put those on the screws, so if you ever get in here, you don't poke yourself. So no pokey pokey. And we can see that it's in there nice. So that part's done. Man, these are some nice window nets. Got these two down because getting in the driver and getting in the passenger, but these window nets are sweet. I'm in here, and this is what we're going to be dealing with now. So I moved the seat forward already, but basically this foam piece is going to go in there. You're going to slide that in there, and then you're going to take this piece and block this off, and you'll have two little of those push tab things, the plastic push tab things that will go on the top and on the bottom. Now it is a little tight in here, but you want to make sure that you don't make those holes too big, those things don't set correctly. And I do have this rear window net that's here, but I'm just going to punch right through that, and that'll actually help hold that. So it's kind of tight in here. I'm going to try and set you guys up to where you can see. So let's try and get this figured out. After messing around for a little bit, I finally realized it's probably easier to install this from the back side, which it seems like it is. There we go. That was easier. And we can see that fills that spot up nicely. We'll put this in here. So we're just going to slide it in there, right up to the foam. I'm going to take my marker and mark where I need to put the holes. There's our 4 holes. Probably be easier without this net here. It is kind of tight in here, so if you wanted to, you could take the seat out as well. But let's get our little plate put in here. She's all installed, looking good. So let's do the big reveal. Check it out. Looks cool. I like it. And like I said, this should help reduce the noise inside the cab. And I also think you'll get better ventilation for your belt through this. It seems like a really good spot, and I just like the look of it. It's hard to hear over my straight pipe, but I can actually hear the air going in there, but it's very, very, very quiet. And if we go check out inside the cab, nothing going through there, guys. I think this is a good product, and I think it's going to work great. So after having done the job, this is basically what you're going to need. Some sort of drill to make your holes, something Phillips head to screw in your self tappers, something to cut, a template, and a marker. I use paint markers, but you can use any marker you want. And I do recommend a light for in the back seat. Anyways, I want to give another huge thank you to StarKnightMT. I really appreciate them allowing me to do these videos with their products. They are a solid company. If you guys haven't checked out their website, you're missing out. I'm telling you, their prices are very competitive. and everything that I've tested for them has worked phenomenally. And I really appreciate the company, and I really appreciate the products. And as you can see, I use them all. All of the products are still on my rig. It's not something I just use and toss out. So go check them out. If you haven't checked out my channel, go ahead and do that. I've got a lot of content on there, from RCs to rock crawling to side-by-sides. Go check me out, Killer Off-Road Hobbies, on YouTube. And until the next video, I'm Gary from Killer Off-Road Hobbies. See you next time. Peace.